Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of John Dot Drinks. We're going to be doing another classic today, but not just any classic, a Christmas classic. That's right, the Tom and Jerry. It is a Christmas time classic that has been around since 1820. That's just a little over 200 years. This drink is often compared to the eggnog. It's a little bit lighter, but it still has egg and it has all those tastes genuinely equated with a eggnog. Now this drink came from the early 1820s, around the time of the London play called Life in London. It was a play about, I don't really know what it was about, but the main characters were Tom and Jerry, and the play was also commonly known as Tom and Jerry. And during the 1930s to 1960s, the popular cartoon Tom and Jerry also probably helped popularize this drink. Now this recipe does call for a little bit of prep work, but once you make your batter, you can be serving these up all night. They're super easy to whip up once you get past the prep work. You will need 3 eggs, some sugar, some milk, ground cinnamon and ground nutmeg. Now if you have fresh nutmeg, that's even better. Cognac, dark rum, and this last part is optional, but I also use averna. You will also need a stand mixer, or a electric hand mixer, or a manual hand mixer, but you can't do this with just a whisk and a bowl. Now the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna separate our egg yolks from our egg whites. You're gonna want to put the egg whites into your mixing bowl, the one that you're gonna be using the mixer with, and your egg yellows or your yolks into the regular bowl. When I separate eggs, I usually just like to lay it in my hand and just let the yolks slip between your fingers. Now if you're making these for 1 to 3 people, this is going to be the size of the recipe you're going to be wanting to do. You can't really scale it down any lower than this or it won't really incorporate and mix properly. If you're doing it for your whole family in the house, do 6 eggs, just double this recipe. If you're doing it for the whole house and your parents and your brothers and sisters are all coming over to your house, do 12 eggs. And if you're doing it for everybody, including your cousins, you can even do 18 or 24 eggs, depending on how many you're gonna want to be making. Set your mixer to high and whisk until they have stiff peaks. This is going to be the kind of consistency you're looking for. Now set your whites aside. Let's play with our yolks. To this, you're gonna wanna add 1 cup of sugar and 3/4 of an ounce of dark rum. You're gonna wanna whisk this until smooth. And with the power of editing, our mixture is smooth. Once you have this, you wanna add your whites a little bit at a time, not all at once. We'll get 1 helping in there, and you're gonna wanna incorporate that. Once incorporated, add a bit more. Then get a spatula and get the last bit out of there. Once your batter's complete, I like to add a little bit of cinnamon into this to add a little bit extra flavor. Incorporate that in. Taste for sweetness. That's delicious. And now for the drink. I think this is something you're gonna want to serve in some coffee mugs. If you have some clear mugs too, like glass clear mugs, like Irish coffee mugs, those work great for this. Start off by pouring hot water into all your serving glasses. This is gonna make sure we're creating a hot drink in a hot glass. It will keep the drink a little bit warmer longer. While these are sitting, this is when you wanna get your milk boiling in a pot. Once your milk is ready, 1 ounce of dark rum or spiced rum, and 1 ounce of cognac. Next, add your Tom and Jerry batter. I like to do 3 heaping tablespoons. Now you can add as much or as little as you want depending on how sweet and thick you would like this to be. And then the very last step, you're gonna wanna top this off with your warm milk. Another option too, if you don't want yours as thick, this recipe works just as well with hot water, so I'm gonna do a little half and half. And for garnish, sprinkle some fresh nutmeg on it. And there you have a classic Tom and Jerry. Now, as my own personal touch, I also like to pour a little bit of averna over the top. Not much, just a half an ounce. Let's give our drink a try. That is delicious. It almost tastes like an eggnog, but it's a lot high proof. Like you get a lot of the cognac and the rum is a really nice mix. If you're unfamiliar with Averna is an Italian liqueur made with a lot of herbs and spices and has a lot of strong notes, like a lot of those strong notes you resemble of Christmas, like cinnamon, cloves, allspice, rosemary. It has a lot of those hints and notes coming through. But as for the drink itself, warm cognac is something special. It really is, and this drink is a perfect way to drink it. You get the sugar in the batter. Like it's still a little grainy, which is it's nice. You get those little explosions of sugar as they melt on your mouth. It smells like Christmas in a cup. Now, when you make these at home, there is definitely a lot of different things you can do to mix this up. You want to think of those Christmas spice flavors. You can use spiced rum instead of dark rum. I think Captain Morgan's has a gingerbread rum out right now around this time of year too. That could possibly be great in this. Fireball or Goldschlager, like a cinnamon whiskey, could be well too. You can definitely do ground cloves on top instead of ground nutmeg. That's another option. You can rim your glass with like chocolate sprinkles or something to really sweeten up. You can garnish with a candy cane. Like the possibilities are endless when it comes to a Tom and Jerry. Anyways, I hope you make this drink. It is well worth the time. I made this in about 40 minutes, but I have enough batter here to maybe make 10. People are definitely gonna want to get a second one of these, so maybe this is only good for 4 to 5 people. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the show. Remember to like, subscribe. Let me know how you like your Tom and Jerry and how it turns out if you do it this year. Until next time, happy holidays and cheers.